bitter criticism from Valparaíso, Chile, going to Villa Alemana on the kind of 1 hour to Villa Alemana or less. There was a polemic on Gabriel Boric government that he set the green light to construct 2 hours high-speed train, but going to a crazy city to north, going from north, and Calera it's called. Like, the problem is that going to Santiago will be great as 1 hour travel to Santiago or less, like 45 minutes, but in straight line, I mean. And that was, my opinion, it was the right thing to do, but the more logical thing to do, not for Gabriel Boric. Maybe it's impossible, but because of mountains, But who knows? I hope the best, but the best is not coming. Why not 45 minutes to Santiago, the capital? That will be fantastic. But so right now I have plenty of time to Villa Alemana, so I don't know what I'm going to read. Maybe the genocide dossier from Al Jazeera. An article, live updates from that says people return to concrete wasteland as Israel blocks Gaza rebuilding. People return to concrete wasteland. Yeah, here's a photograph.
El bloqueo de puertas puede provocar retraso.
Israel destroyed everything.
Y colabora con un mejor viaje para todos.
Gaza residents scramble to salvage materials and build temporary homes. Israel's destruction leaves families vulnerable before winter. I have no idea how's like winter in Palestine, but if it's like in Chile, you should do something to find some material. Indeed. By Niels Adler and Farah Najjar, November 2nd. And the summary says Israel has only allowed a fraction of the aid deliveries agreed on as part of the U.S. broker ceasefire. An average of 145 trucks per day instead of the 600 it pledged to allow into the besieged Gaza Strip. An Israeli strike on southern Lebanon has killed 4 people as Israel's ramped up attacks raise fears for a nearly year-long truce with Hezbollah. Third, miners from Arab and Muslim nations will meet in Istanbul on Monday to discuss the next steps in moving the Gaza truce forward, including the deployment of troops for an international stabilization force. And fourth, the last one, Israel's war on Gaza has killed at least 68,858 people and wounded 170,664 since it began in October 2023. total of 1,139 people were killed in Israel during the October 7, 2023 Hamas-led attacks, and about 200 taken captive. So we have plenty of conflicts in Israel. Maybe they will never let Palestine to have Hamas to have any, or even Hezbollah and Lebanon and Hamas. They will maybe never have legitimacy again. I mean, officially, maybe they cannot be officially recognized. 6 minutes ago, Hamas blames Israel for the detainees' death, calls for accountability. Hamas has accused Israel of causing the death of Palestinian prisoner Mohammed Hussein Gawadra, 65, who died in Israeli custody, calling it a quote-unquote new crime resulting from medical neglect and harsh treatment inside its prisons. In a statement, the group said Israel bears quote-unquote full responsibility for his death and warned that its policies of quote-unquote abuse and medical negligence against detainees will not break the resolve of Palestinians. Hamas urged Palestinians to escalate efforts to support prisoners held by Israel and call on international and human rights organizations to intervene and hold Israeli authorities accountable. Right groups, including the UN, have repeatedly warned of mistreatment and abuse of Palestinians inside Israeli prisons, adding that such reports have surged since the war on Gaza began 21 minutes ago. Watch. Who killed Shireen? This major investigative documentary examines the fact that surrounding the murder of Palestinian-American Al Jazeera journalist Shireen Abu Akleh, and she was reporting in Jenin in the occupied West Bank in May 2022. Such a cool name, Shireen. Definitely American. Black American, maybe. It sets out to discover who killed her, and after months of painstaking research succeeds in identifying the Israeli sniper who pulled the trigger. Watch a documentary here. Oh, there's a documentary. I guess I'm going to watch it. Mm-hmm. 46 minutes documentary. I'm going to watch it later. Maybe I'm not going to watch it anyway. An investigation into Shireen Abu Akleh's killing reveals new evidence and covers ups by Israeli and U.S. governments. 41 minutes ago, Police in Gaza say they detained several traders accused of price gouging. Authorities in southern Gaza say they have detained 5 traders and taken action against others accused of hoarding goods and violation price rules as market inspections continue in Rafah and Khan Yunis. The police's Consumer Protection Unit said officers seized large quantities of food items and moved against traders who were not sticking to official prices. Another 12 sellers were summoned and may not sign pledges, it added. Officials say the seized goods were put back into the market and regulated prices to help keep costs stable for residents. Police said they will keep up market checks and warn they will take firm action against anyone trying to exploit their economic situation. Gaza remains under tight Israeli control, with food, fuel, and medicine still in critically short supply. Prices have surged across the enclave, and while limit aid trucks have entered since the latest ceasefire, the United Nations says the deliveries are nowhere near what is needed to meet the needs of 2.3 million people. And finally, one hour ago, Sunday, November 2nd, 2025, Hamas says it will hand over more bodies of Israeli captives tonight. In a short statement on Telegram, the Qassam Brigade's Hamas armored wing says that it will hand over the bodies of 3 more deceased Israeli captives to Israel today at 8 p.m. Gaza time. It said that the bodies were, quote-unquote, found this afternoon in the bed of one of the tunnels south of the Gaza Strip, end quote. We will bring you more on exchange as events develop. Anyway.